gentlemen, I'm 35 years old. I live in New York City and I work in technology finance as a lawyer, and I also manage technology development, strategic planning, and business development for the affairs of a venture capitalist. I came to know Zara Tours through Nomadic Adventures, which is a South African company. My friend had been connected with Zara through Nomadic as well and had a very successful experience climbing Kilimanjaro. And so I thought this was an excellent opportunity to be able to climb Kilimanjaro as well. It's something I'd wanted to do for years. I'd heard it recommended very highly by several of my friends. And so I spoke with a large number of tour operators, but Zara and Nomadic Adventures seemed to me to be the best option for me. As I continued to have these conversations, it became very clear to me that this was the right choice. The personal attention they showed me, the amount of care they displayed in determining my level of fitness and my interests, and what type of guide would suit me well, even details as small as what type of food I liked. Zara and Nomadic together both showed a great attention to detail, and were very scrupulous about maintaining every last detail well. And they made sure that I had the proper medical advice going into the trip. They made sure that my flight arrangements were taken care of, that I had insurance. All the logistics were handled very efficiently, and I was very pleased with the service I received from both Zara and Nomadic Adventures, even prior to the trip. And on the trip, it only exceeded my expectations. So as a result of the excellent job done by Zara Tours, I had originally planned to do the Lemosho trip in 8 days, but I was able to complete it and summit and go down all in 7 days. Mizui, my guide, was particularly excellent. He did a really fantastic job of motivating me, maintaining my good spirits during the more difficult parts, taking care of me during the few times that I wasn't feeling great. And everybody has these ups and downs during a trip to the top of a difficult mountain like Kilimanjaro. Sometimes you're feeling great, sometimes you're not feeling so great. It's a difficult experience for people who haven't climbed before, but Zara provided me with a guide who was very experienced, very knowledgeable, had been to the top many times himself, and knew every angle of the mountain, every way, to make sure that his clients had the best experience possible and made it to the top, but also in such a way that they would really enjoy themselves getting there. So I was very pleased with that. And then the rest of the service was consistently excellent as well. So I was a vegetarian and was served very good vegetarian food by the chief cook, who prepared it especially for me throughout the trip. The porters were very diligent about making sure that my goods were brought up in time. Every last detail was taken care of. I would have expected this from a very, very expensive luxury tour operator, but Zara was mid-priced and surprisingly affordable, and I still got really excellent, very high-quality service from them. The porters really did an excellent job in that respect, and they went above and beyond. So just as an example, on summit day, we had a change of plans and decided to go up and summit early. Mizui, our guide, was very accommodating when we made the decision to go summit the night before, or the afternoon before we were supposed to summit, and he brought along a very experienced toilet porter named Mulukasa. It wasn't necessarily part of his job to help take clients up to the summit, but he did a really excellent job of that. As a result, we were able to get up to the summit in rapid speed with very few crowds for relatively favorable weather. We didn't need to take many breaks. I felt great energy levels throughout the trip to the summit, and on the way down we had to go down in darkness, and both Mulukasa and Mizui assisted me very substantially during a particularly difficult portion of the trip down. The thing about a tour up Kilimanjaro, particularly for somebody who's not an experienced mountain climber like me, is that you never know what to expect. There are lots of different types of weather, there's lots of different types of terrain. You may get sick one day, you may not really know where you're going, you may not know how to cope with the altitude, but Zara did a very good job at all levels, whether it was the guide, the cook, the porters, of making sure that I had very good service all along the way, and of showing me the way to the top. And as I indicated, it was entirely due to Zara that I was very well prepared for the trip. I had done the proper training and fitness regimen to get in shape for the trip, and was able to summit early and come down without incident. On summit day, just as another example, one minor condition that I was facing, Mizui was able to arrange some sleeping time in a bed for me in the cottage normally occupied by staff just so I could recuperate quickly in time to get to the summit. So that's a real example of the type of service that's provided by Zara. So on the whole, I would recommend Zara very highly to anyone who is seeking to climb Kilimanjaro, whether somebody who is not necessarily an experienced mountain climber and doesn't know the ropes, to somebody who's climbed a lot of mountains before, whether friend or family or colleague. I would say that Zara did a really excellent job of getting me to the summit in faster time than I would have expected. And particularly Mizui, the guide, did a really excellent job of taking care of me throughout the trip, setting the proper pace, paying very close attention to all details, and making sure that I had great service and got to the top in a great deal of comfort. And even after 7 days of intense climbing in a compressed schedule, I feel great. I feel very high energy, and it's because Zara took excellent care of me throughout the trip. So thank you very much, Zara, and I would recommend Zara to all my friends, colleagues, and family.